approximately 2,550 degrees Fahrenheit. Because it's so hot, it does need to run 24/7 even when it's not used on like your Christmas day. The reason being is that it takes about 2 weeks to heat all the way back up and reach the desired temperature for crystal making. If you have a look on the blowing platform in front of us here, folks, you see that our blowers are currently shaping the crystals using the wooden tools from earlier on. The metal rod you see him holding right now, that is a tool known as a blowing iron. If you have a look at our craftsman close, you're going to see that he is constantly rotating this blowing iron. The reason being is that crystal is so hot right now, if he was holding the blowing iron still, the crystal will just sag and fall off. This doesn't prevent that happening. You can also see the blower blowing into the metal rod, and that's to make crystal expand and to give it a hollow interior. Our blowers over here to the right, folks, they're working on some larger pieces, so they need to use what is known as a portable furnace right there to heat the crystal back up. The crystal cools down very quickly, and the colder it is, the harder it is to shape. So our blowers use the portable furnace you see right there just to heat the crystal back up, so it's easy to work with. All of our master blowers that you see here today, folks, they all went through a 5-year apprenticeship, followed by further 3 years masters, and some of them have been with us for 20 all the way up to 50 plus years. So they would dedicate their life to mastering this craft. As you see right there, folks, our blower has taken that piece back out the portable furnace where he's going to finish pre-shaping the crystal. Once that piece is reached the desired shape, our blower is then going to gently lower it into the cast iron mold you see right there, where he's going to continue blowing and rotating this piece until it's cooled down enough. That mushroom shaped piece you see sticking out on top of the mold, folks, that right there is what is known as a cap. The cap is just the excess crystal that's going to be cut off later on, where that bit of excess crystal is going to be melted back down and recycled so it doesn't go to waste. As you can see right there, folks, when this piece has been blown and it's cooled down enough, it's going to be taken out of the mold, where it's going to be brought over to the station over here to the right, where the craftsmen are going to inspect this piece for any imperfections, and they will add any finishing touches the piece might need, like flattening out the base, for example. Finally, you wonder what the blowers are working on, that right there is the Blackwater 6-inch base, and this is what the finished piece looks like. As you can see from the left, folks, our blower right there is also working on some more production. He's working on the Blackwater tumblers. That's what this finished piece will look like. Once the piece behind me there, folks, has been inspected and is cooled down enough, it's going to be knocked off the metal rod using some pressure right there in cold water, where the finished piece is going to be placed into what is known as a kiln over to your right. These kilns act like a giant overnight oven full of crystal. They run at about 400 to 480 degrees Celsius, which is around 750 to 900 degrees Fahrenheit. All of our pieces need left in the kiln overnight. The reason being is that crystal is so hot right now, if you were to leave the base cool down at room temperature, it will simply shatter and crack. This process is known as annealing, and any piece that we blow today, like the base you see right there, folks, that will be taken out tomorrow morning at about 4 AM. On a day-to-day